Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about should you be recruiting for Lenya on a rate-up recruitment, which is going to be beginning from tomorrow after reset. So the first thing we need to talk about is the fact that there have been back-to-back really powerful heroes on the rate-up recruitment. First we had Lily May, then Mikola, and now we're going to be having Lenya. And because of that, unless someone is, for example, a heavy spender, it won't really be possible for you to build up all three of these heroes to like their full potential, which is Mythic Plus. And specifically, then you have to think about what is going to be the hero which will give me the most like return on my investment on my account. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to be going through all the different Dream Realm rankings that we have for the leaderboards, the Ravage Realm, and also explaining Lenya and probably where she will be most useful. So we'll begin with Lenya because this video will be mainly focusing on her because she will be coming out tomorrow. And overall, looking at her skills, we did a complete skill breakdown in yesterday's video, but we'll talk again about a lot of the key skills that she has. The first thought when looking at her was that she seems like a strong PvP hero. The things which really shine in her kit are her Supreme Plus ability, which will cause her to receive 35% reduced damage from everyone other than her target, which will give her hopefully the survivability she needs, because she is a melee hero who will be up in the front line, and those heroes always have a bit of trouble surviving. As we saw from Mikola, being a melee support, she didn't really shine too much in PvP because she was easy to be killed by the enemy team. So Lenya has some protection, although I still think she will be susceptible to dying early on in the fight. The other thing is that she can be controlled and immobilized during the duration of the fight. So for example, heroes like Iron Almis to lock her down will really prevent her from getting a lot of her value off, because her value is going to stem from her landing critical hits with her normal attack. Then she will activate her flurry kicks, which will deal bonus like follow-up damage, and that can have some really high damage. Also, she has stuns on her flurry kicks, on her normal like retaliate attack. Whenever she's hit every 6 seconds, she has that passive effect. So she has basically a lot of ways of stunning and dealing a lot of damage, but she can also be controlled before she's activating all of these kicks. So that's the way I think she will be countered. And also her major Mythic Plus and the effect that she gets from her full potential is when a duel begins, she will enter her full potential state. She'll get bonus crit damage, bonus attack percent, and she will be focusing and targeting that one hero. And with her ultimate, she will be dealing the 2 flying kicks attacks to stun them and to knock them into an open area to hopefully be a more compromising position. But the thing with that is she can then be countered by Lily May, because Lenya is going to start the battle with 300 energy. So she's probably going to fill up her energy meter before her other allies. And then she is going to be interruptible by Lily May. And that is going to be a hard counter, because if she can't ultimate the first time in the fight, she is not going to be very effective. She's not going to get her ability to go after the hardest hitting damage dealer on your team. And so I think overall, when we're talking about PvP uses, I think Lily May out of these three is definitely still going to be the best. Lily May has a lot of things going for her. She has the interruption, which is huge utility, which none of these other Mikola, Lily May, and Lenya have. And it can totally change the tides of a fight. The other thing is that Lily May has a lot of protection for herself with the Rainstorm Ballet. She becomes untargetable or invincible during that state, and if for example there was a Valor mark on her, it will reactivate onto another ally. So she basically becomes the aggro resets on her. So she, even though she's also kind of she doesn't have very tanky stats, her kit allows her to survive and get off her damage and get off her interruptions. And Lily May also has a lot of solo potential. As the fight goes on, she keeps increasing in attack. So in terms of PvP, I think hands down Lily May out of the three is going to be the top hero, and by quite a bit. So if you're more focused on PvP, I think Lily May is the hero you should be choosing out of all of these. Lenya's kit does seem really cool, but I think practically speaking, it's going to be difficult for her to get off all of her value. And being that melee hero in the front, she is susceptible to so much of what the enemy team can throw at her, and I feel like she's just not going to get off her entire combo in each and every fight. So Lily May for PvP. Now when we're talking about Dream Realm and Ravage Realm, so for Ravage Realm we've seen that any hero that is decent or a decent option for Dream Realm is definitely going to be great for Ravage Realm, because you have, like, you're limited by the faction. So I know for sure Lenya is going to be used in the Ravage Realm Sylvan Squad Wilder team. No question about that. And also probably in future game modes, if they add things like Ravage Realm or faction specific bosses, definitely Lenya will have a place. The only question right now is Lenya's damage output going to rival, for example, the other damage dealers like Marilee, OD, maybe even Lily May herself? Because in Lenya's kit, she has so much damage potential and crazy damage multipliers. On each critical hit when she's in her full potential state, she can potentially get a follow-up 560% attack damage skill. Like, her kicks become a power kick and they deal 8 times 70% attack damage each time she lands a critical hit. That's what the wording shows in the skill. And that would be insane. Like, if that is actually the case and she's critting on each normal attack, the damage will be through the roof. And I could even see that she would be the top tier damage dealer for Dream Realm. That is really where I think she might have the best place or the best shot of being a game-changing hero is Dream Realm. We'll have to see for that. But Lily May, as of right now, is the top damage dealer, at least for endless boss modes, by a long shot. She is used in either 5 or in some teams 6 out of the top Dream Realm teams. We can even just take a look at the scoreboards here for Dream Realm. And so that is why Lily May overall is one of the best heroes ever released, because not only is she a monster in PvP, she is also very viable and strong in Dream Realm. And for example, like heroes like Iron, who is really good for PvP and even now still is good there, he's not usable, of course, in Dream Realm. So the fact that Lily May is good in both areas and really top tier in both areas makes her a really appealing choice. And this is why I really wanted to make this video right now, because there's still like 12 hours left on the Lily May recruitment banner. If you've still been deciding or on the fence, I think, in my opinion, going for Lily May at least up to Mythic Plus is never going to be a bad idea. Even if Lenya is somehow going to outdamage Lily May for the Dream Realm bosses, I still think in some bosses you're going to want to run 2 damage dealers, Lily May and Lenya together. Might be the option that people will go for. So Lone Gaze is really the only boss where Lily May is not one of the best options, but for all of the other ones, if we look at the top ranking teams, they are going to be including Lily May. And in Lone Gaze, actually, the team that I run, I don't know if I've posted it, but I get around about the same score whether I'm running Lily May or OD in the final slot, so you can even use Lily May to replace OD. Sometimes it even gets a little bit higher damage, but not by that much. Okay, so that is Lily May. Now let's talk about Mikola. And Mikola, of course, as we've seen when she was released, she was used and is a part of the top ranking team for pretty much every Dream Realm boss. The only one there's some debate about it is the Alpha Bear, because she is a part of the top scoring team in Alpha Bear, but the consistency of that team is a little bit low with Mikola in it. But in order to get your overall top damage output, even for Alpha Bear, Mikola is the best option to be running. And for all the other teams, as you can see here, Mikola is the best support to be running everywhere. Even in Snow Stomper, she is the best. We had a team replay from Splash getting even higher damage than Gazon. And it was with the Mikola, yeah, the Mikola instead of the Thorn, I'm pretty sure. So overall, this is really the strength. Mikola is a great support for Dream Realm. Lily May is the top tier damage dealer for endless boss modes in Dream Realm currently. And Lenya seems to have insane damage output and maybe one of the best choices as a damage dealer for all Dream Realm bosses as well. We're gonna have to see about that. So that is the thing. But in terms of like overall a hero, and that is why I'm really leaning towards Lily May out of these 3, is because for PvP, Lily May, in my opinion, is definitely better than Mikola right now, and I'm pretty sure she will be better than Lenya, because yes, I mean, if Lenya's perfect combos can go off, she can be amazing, she can shred through enemy teams and kill everything, but she's also very like susceptible to the control, like we mentioned, Iron. But for example, if you're running Lily May and Lenya together to counter that Iron control at the beginning, give Lenya enough time to cast her ultimate, it can be powerful. So I think she will be a pretty good option in PvP. I still think overall, Lily May will be the better PvP choice, and Lily May slots into more teams. Lenya kind of needs Lily May to support Lenya herself, because you want to prevent the crowd control of the enemies and allow Lenya to cast your ultimate. And then you would also probably want to run like Iron here to tank the first enemy Lily May interruption, so that Lenya can be interrupted by the Lily May cast. So things like that. But then, I mean, she could be great. And also the problem with Lenya is a lot of her stuns and her focus will be onto the hardest hitting damage dealer of the enemy team. And if you have a lightning spell on that damage dealer in the backline, then Lenya will not be able to get off her stuns onto that hero. But she's still going to be able to get off her damage, and her damage is nothing to underestimate. Her damage is going to be very high. So that is pretty much it for what I wanted to talk about in this video. Overall, I feel like going for Lily May would be my advice. Saving for Lenya, thinking that maybe she's a better Dream Realm damage dealer than even Lily May, is also a possibility. And I think that would be fine. But in terms of PvP, I still think Lily May is going to be more dominant than Lenya. And then we have Mikola as well. The problem was, I think because of the launch of the Asia server, the developers really wanted to release powerful heroes. And because normally the raid up recruitment heroes we have not been so kind of game-changing and meta-defining as these three heroes. So, yeah, and over time, hopefully, we'll be able to acquire copies of these heroes. I'm really hoping, and I feel like it's very likely that the A-level heroes from this season will be added to the Dream Realm Emporium shop, and then it would just be a matter of time for you to get every hero built up. Because you'll be able to get 15 copies of that hero each month from the Dream Realm store. And so within 3 months, you can get to Mythic Plus and then beyond. And for the actual upgrades, if you're talking just about Dream Realm, Lenya will only need to be taken to Mythic Plus, because the Supreme Plus damage reduction is only on enemies that are not her target, and the target of her attacks will be the boss. And so she will not get any damage reduction effect from her Supreme Plus in Dream Realm. So you could just get her to Mythic Plus, which would take you 44 copies of her, because 64 are required for the Supreme Plus. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful for allowing you to decide which hero to go for. So overall, I definitely recommend, if you have the resources, probably recruiting for Lenya is a good idea. I think she is going to be... I really think she's going to be a Dream Realm damage dealer, but we have to wait and see. So obviously you can wait to see people testing on day 1. I'll hopefully be testing on other people's accounts, and also other people will be testing Lenya in the various areas. So pretty quickly we'll be able to see is she actually going to be a top tier damage dealer for Dream Realm, and then you can decide to actually recruit for her. And for PvP, I think she'll be interesting, but I don't think she will be as powerful as Lily May. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hopefully will see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.